A coordinator, civil society organization in Ondo is actually chairman coalition of CSOs in the state, Comrade Franklin Oloniju. Thank you so much for joining us on the news tonight. Let's begin with what you have called an attempt to hit up the policy when you mentioned during a press conference that there is no need to call for the redeployment of the resident electoral commissioner. What's the current situation with that now? Comrade, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very faintly.
Okay, I was asking about the update with the call to redeploy the resident electoral commissioner. You had mentioned that the civil society organizations in Ondo could vouch for our integrity.
Okay, thank you very much. I think if I could get the question right, you were talking about our recent press conference. Yes, towards particularly as it relates to the REC, you know. Basically, we have looked at the whole scenario and we have been at forums where there has been continuous clamor that the REC should be changed. And so we've asked around what exactly is the problem. And we were made to understand that either the REC was perceived to have been basically close to Ondo State and done a lot of work in Ondo State, had been, you know, and because Ondo State and Ekiti used to be one, some party felt that she may not really be straightforward in the election, during the election process, and they were clamoring that she should be changed based on some perceived or bias. So we felt that that was wrong. If there are no concrete evidence that she you have against her, why continue to intimidate her? Why continue to make her unsettled? Why continue to disrupt her concentration towards the election? And don't forget that, she's also a woman that has been elected, has been appointed as a REC. And probably, maybe because she's a woman, we felt that they just want to pick on her. One of our arguments within the press conference was that even if she's changed, are they going to bring a woman to replace her? Which I think would not be. Understand? And we have cases, if you take the case in Edo State, where even the gentleman, the REC there was known to be close to one political figure. What did they do to that person?
I hear you, comrade.
It was like they were just picking on her for nothing's sake. So we felt that the women within our fold decided to do that press conference, and we as men had to stand by them to insist that what they are trying to do is wrong, and we will not stand for it. Now, if
quick one, comrade.
You're already creating tension in the state. And we found that, we don't want the peace that we have experienced so far to be shattered by this clamor.
All right.
We felt wasn't necessary.
Quickly, comrade, what's your assessment of INEC's preparation ahead of this exercise and the compliance of stakeholders to its rules and regulations?
Well, I guess you're talking about the INEC preparation so far in the state towards the upcoming election. If that's the question, then I think, for me, I think they still have a 9 over 10. If I rate them, they are 9.5, if you want to say, because when this process started, INEC had a timetable that was spread out. And so if you look at their activities over time, you find that those activities, virtually most of those activities have been concluded. And so we want to give them a pass mark for following a timetable and ensuring that various stakeholders were engaged during the process, and people were included in the overall planning process of going forward into the election. But for the 5%, which I think I hold back, is based on some level of human element that might play out during the election day. What we have seen over time is that sometimes INEC will make all these promises, and on election day you find that logistics become a problem.
Well, I guess we'll wait to see how it plays out in the coming days and on election day itself. Chairman, Coalition of CSOs in Ondo, Comrade Franklin Oniju, thank you for talking to us.